Hello, hello, and welcome back to Voice of Cards. Where we last left off, I am now back in the main objective, the main part of the story, after exploring as much of the world as I could, where I now have to go through this cave in order to retrieve a treasure for the quote-unquote dragon expert. So that's where I am right now. I'm just going to jump right into it. I finally have a torch, since apparently I am not allowed to enter any caves without a torch. Otherwise a monster will try and eat me. Oh, and this must be the monster right now. I'm sure it was as monstrous and ugly as the narrator said it was. Oh no, how terrifying. Whatever shall I do? I don't have anything that attacks all enemies, doesn't it? It's fine. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically I tried to go through this cave earlier on the previous episode. The narrator disagreed with my choice, saying that I need a torch in order to continue on in the cave. And he basically made a situation where I was forced to leave. So I'm very sure that it's going to be like that throughout the entire game. And I got a red fungo story card. That's great. That's awesome. Much like I did in the last episode, I'm going to try to look through every nook and cranny of this area. Try to flip over all the cards here. And we'll get as much out of this as we can. I don't have any light spells. No, I don't. I think... Was this guy weak to wind? I actually forgot. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 6. He is super dead. Oh yeah, yeah, this thing was weak to wind. Almost a week since my last recording, and I still got the moves, apparently. Another 6! Oh, this might be a good session. This might be a good session of the game. Flawless victory! This almost reminds me of the time when I was a kid, I always liked going to the beach near my house. And I'm gonna look over here, actually. And what I enjoyed most about the beach is just going around, kind of like climbing over the rocks and everything, going along the coast. And I think one of my most what I really liked the most was there are always these small caves that are like nearby, near the beach. And I always like to go inside just because, ooh, cave, dark, spooky. And I would always, no, I don't want lightning strike. And, I would always see people carving their names on the walls because that's apparently what you do in caves. I'm just always reminded of that time. And uh-oh, I got poisoned. Cards afflicted with poison take 1 to 6 points of damage at fixed intervals. 1 to 6. Ailments last either a set number of turns or until the end of battle. Cards cannot be afflicted with more than one ailment at a time. Instead, the new ailment will replace the old one. All right. So if I get paralyzed while I was poisoned, I'll just be paralyzed. That's fine. Maybe I can finish this off quickly. I don't know what I was thinking about Body Slam. Body Slam was a poor choice in this one. But it doesn't matter. I'll get that health back. I don't usually go to the beach anymore because I started to become afraid of the beach or the ocean. Like, I don't have a deep, dark fear of the ocean. I just don't like being near the ocean because there was a time where I went snorkeling once around the Catalina Island. And there was, the waters are usually very clear. You can just see like down, towards the bottom of the shore when swimming around. And then one day when I was snorkeling, I ended up seeing I think it was a tiger shark. It had stripes on it, so I think it might have been a tiger shark. And it wasn't that big. It was like a baby shark, but I was pretty small too. I wasn't very young, but I was pretty young. And young enough to see a shark and go, holy shit, in my head. And that was that. I started to become a little bit afraid of the water after that. And then I started playing video games that debuted sea monsters. I think there was one game that I saw on YouTube, like a video, where there was a giant anglerfish type monster with a gaping maw and like a huge row of teeth. And if it gets too close to your ship, it just swallows you whole, and it was game over after that. I forget what that game was called, but I'll try to remember it after I record this. But yeah, I was like, holy shit, I don't want to be near the ocean at all anymore. I know it's a stupid reason, but I get very impressionable sometimes. And I'm old enough to know that such monsters don't really exist, at least on surface level, But then again, we know for sure that I don't think we explored every single inch of the sea floor, like the very deepest part of the sea floor. I bet there's some very freaky discoveries to be made if we go, as all the way to the bottom. You'll never know until we can get there. Think about that. Somewhere in the world, in our oceans, there is a creature we have not yet seen before. And yeah, it can be something as small as like a tiny little fish, or it could be something unbelievably huge, like megalodon sized huge. Of course, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we did discover everything there is to know about the ocean, but from what I understand, there is still a great unknown in our world that we can't quite get to yet, simply because we don't have the technology yet to explore. Much like we haven't explored every inch of space or beyond our galaxy. It's going to be beyond our own lifetimes before we'll even be able to do any kind of, interdimensional travel. Not interdimensional, but intergalactic travel or something like that. Like you see on the sci-fi shows and movies. Wouldn't that be great, though? One day we will have a time where people can just go to space in a nonchalant, casual way. That's how I see it, but that's like long, long from now. Also, I found a treasure. What is this? Okay, antidote. That's fine with me. I've been getting poisoned, or at least getting hit with poison attacks, so why not? Oh. That seems like a key item. Is that what we needed? Let me look at that thing. Own cards. Items. 1 of 2. How do I get to 2? Yeah, it's not even here. Is it under key items? Yeah, it's a magic spear. This must be what the guy needed. So mission complete, I guess. But I'm not leaving the cave yet. I still got this whole other part of the cave to look at. Oh.
The door is shut tight. It seems some strange force keeps it barred. Upon closer examination of the door, you spot a cavity that looks like some sort of sphere should go there.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. The sphere is not what the guy wanted. But still, a magic sphere? That might be worth a good price. Let's put it in.
You put the magic sphere into the cavity, and the door opens.
Fair enough. And just as I get through the door, another enemy. Sometimes I wish they added a little more music to this. Like, you would think there would be battle music here, but no, they just keep the same soundtrack. Ow. That tickled. This doesn't I'm sorry, this doesn't feel like too challenging or fun right now. I guess because I over leveled for this place. Well, maybe there's more down in level 2. Can I like take a little peek over here? Yeah. A lot to cover here. Of course, if it rolls on a little too long, just don't
hold back.
Oh. Hello there, ogre. Yeah, if this takes a little too long to cover, then I'll just go ahead and jump cut the video a bit, just so that nobody will have to go through the same fights over and over. Not bad, a 4. I'm rolling well, though. I'm very happy about that. Because the last video I was just rolling like 3s and 2s and 1s. Oh.
A claret trail leads you deeper into the cave. Was the walking wounded a monster or a human? A knot forms in your gut. You raise the torch to get a better look at your surroundings. The walls have been gouged and scarred as far as you can see. Another message comes into view, written in tiny letters among the scars. I will find you.
It's the monster that kicked me out.
Transpired here.
Okay, so that does not seem like a random event, so that must be scripted. Ooh, thunderstorm. Oh. Each character in your party can set up to 4 types of skills. Open the menu, select setup, and then skills to choose and set the skills of your party members can use in battle. Yeah, let me see. So, it looks like I can't hold every spell in her little spell book. So I can do Magic Strike. I can do Flame, I can do Zephyr, I can do Freeze. This one's deal attack plus 4 bolt damage to all enemies. This seems very good. The problem is, so is all of these. I do have my character with the simple thunder spell. So I'll have elemental coverage everywhere. I'll have elemental coverage for thunder if I need it. I don't want to just get rid of magic strike from her, because what if we run out of gems? Actually, no, we won't run out of gems, because there will always be at least one gem when it gets to her. There will always be one. So let's do it. Yeah. Let's set up her spellbook here like this. Perfect. Perfect. I think this is a good idea. She'll always have at least one gem to cast her spells with. So she'll still be able to cast Flame or Zephyr. And I will rarely use any kind of basic attack for her. I don't think she deserves that kind of treatment. She must cast her spells! Lightning bolt! Around, there's a chest. Give me the chest. Okay, I guess I gotta protect against paralysis. Great. That's good to have. Do I need that right now, actually? Let me, check out my equipment here. I think, let me try to remember who has what. I think he has resistance against wind. Can I look, please? Oh, he doesn't have any accessories. Well, I'll give the ring to him. It'll give him some extra speed as well while we're at it. I'm glad everything's coming together. All right, so far, everything explored. Keep up the pace. And the last card is the chest.
Open the chest, but an ominous voice echoes around you. I will not relinquish my horde.
Ah, who said that?
Next instant, something leaps at you out from the darkness.
Oh no, not the darkness. What do we got? Oh! It's a skeleton with a robe. The skeleton has the exact same stance as the skeleton warriors for some reason as well. Wait. Oh. And he has a little ghost companion here as well. That is not fun. Can I just cast Cure on it? I see in a lot of RPGs that the heal spell would work well against unholy beings like a skeleton. I don't have any light. I think it's weak to light, so I'm not sure if any of this will work, but wouldn't hurt to check for elemental weakness. All right, not that. Let's try Zephyr. Not weak against that either. Haha, joke's on you. He's got paralyzed resistance. Paralyzed resistance. Wow, how lucky was I to remember that he didn't have an accessory slot. All right. Freeze! Oh, that did good damage. Oh wow, that did 10 flat damage. Okay, I better be careful with that. If I need to, I can just let him use regenerate on himself. I guess I could just cast a fire on it. Be done with it. Yeah. All right, mission complete. Well, good job, everybody. Good job at being over leveled. And congratulations, Mar, for leveling up. Rolling Claw. I like it. I'll replace Body Slam with it, because Body Slam seems to be the worst skill I've ever seen in any person ever.
The monster defeated, you turn toward the treasure chest. And see those Ivory Order jerks rooting through it.
What? How did they... Why did they not even help? I was fighting a skeleton with a robe on. They were wearing... Was it because he was wearing an ivory robe? Was that the issue?
You rush over, but you're too late to stop them. Sweet of you to take care of the monsters for us, trills Winifred, favoring you with a smile. Tucking the spoils from the chest safely into a bag, the Ivory Order trio stroll away whence they came. Knowing you couldn't stop them if you tried, you can do nothing but stand slack-jawed and watch them go.
You know, for people that are in a very well-renowned order, and people that I thought were going to be like cool guys, no, they're a bunch of assholes. Every one of them.
The chest is empty, save for a ragged doll.
For some reason, every character so far I don't like very much. They're all complete douchebags.
Nice of them to leave us the trash, you grumble in irritation. For some reason, Melanie picks up the ragged doll.
You know, if it's JRPG trope, it's going to be like the important item that the guy needed.
Your shoulders slump. All that effort, and this is all you get to show for it? You find nothing else even close to treasure. Hope Cypri is ready for bad news. Leave now would be the fastest.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave. I think there's nothing else. There's nothing else here. I already checked everything. Wasn't there a lady that needed something from the cave? No, there was just a monster that took something from her. I guess I didn't find the monster that had the whatever she needed. All right, let's just give the ragged doll to the guy because we know it's going to be that. I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was her, right?
Now that she's reunited with her stolen skin medicine, the woman couldn't be happier. All thanks to the heroes from the Ivory Order, she says.
Oh, so that's what happened. All the treasure was being robbed here, was put in the chest, and the Ivory Order stole our thunder.
A huge smile on her face, she begins applying the medicine all over her skin.
And she uses it with the wooden spoon she's holding. It's like, oh, yes, all over the spoon. Yes, my skin. Sorry.
You able to find my treasure? Cypri asks. This is all we found, says Melanie, withdrawing the ragged doll. Cypri's eyes widen as soon as he sees the doll, and he reaches out to take it. Without breaking his gaze away from the doll, he begins to speak. Cypri tells you he gifted this doll to his young daughter a long time ago, but she fell gravely ill and died. Since then, Cypri has treasured this doll as he treasured his daughter. Then the monsters took it from him. Cypri turns to Melanie, his head bowed deeply in gratitude. So you reclaimed the treasure by complete accident. You step closer to Cypri.
What do you have to say? What? No, thank you. Oh my god, come on, man. I'd be happy with going. Why are all of his freaking choices have to be douchebaggery choices? I guess I'll just go with the straight up.
What do you know about the dragon? You rudely inquire.
Rude, or rude. Those were the only three choices. Come on. Stop.
Cypri
I don't want to be a bad
gestures
guy.
as if to say, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Far to the east of town is a place called Unionville, where monsters and humans live together in harmony. According to Cypri, you might be able to learn something there, as the dragon and monsters are not totally unrelated.
Not totally.
Upon hearing that, you turn on your heel to leave.
No, I didn't.
Cypri calls out to stop you. Journeying to Unionville entails traversing the dense expanse of the bewildering wood.
I thought I forgot it was bewildering, not bewitching wood.
You'll need this, he says, and holds out something for you.
The ocarina. Da-da-da-da. Play this flute at a specific location. Yeah, I already
You won't make
know
it through
this.
the bewildering wood without it, Cypri says. Your sights set on the distant Unionville, you resolve to navigate through the bewildering wood.
And fortunately, I've already explored the entirety of the woods. And I got the doctor's flip side story. Nice. I want to know what she has to say, though.
Apparently, the woman is being harangued by some man who keeps asking her out.
Oh my god, it was the guy.
I don't know how many times I have to tell him he's just not my type, she sighs.
Oh my god. Last episode, I gave this guy some antidote to cure the odor that he apparently had. And he says he was going to confess to a woman. I guess that was her. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to console him.
Who no longer smells, told the person he likes how he feels, but he was still rebuffed.
Yeah, he looks like a rebuffed. This is a rebuffed look right here.
The smell may be gone, but he's still determined to polish himself up for that special someone.
Don't scrub too hard. No matter how hard you scrub, it'll never be clean. The man says you'll need a torch. You know what? Before I go, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a torch. Just in case I need it. Because apparently torches are important in this game, or else you'll be attacked by a eldritch monster. I'll just go ahead and buy another one, just to be safe. You know what? No, buy two. You know what? Buy two. Always buy double of what you need. Says nobody. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me. I probably got plenty of gold. I should probably update my equipment. I am pretty good on equipment, though. Wait, there is one thing I can get from here. I think it's this thing. I think it's the armorer that sells it. It's the ring that I missed out on. There it is. And I got the purse for it. Hey, who knows if it might be useful to someone later. Actually, I could give it to her. I guess it doesn't really matter right now, I guess. But if I ever go into an area that has a lot of poison attacks, I can give it to someone. Always that just in case kind of thing. Alright, she doesn't say anything new, so we're just going to go on and move ahead. Unless this guy has something to say.
The Ivory Order has heroically reclaimed the stolen goods, he says, chest puffed out in pride. I just knew Winifred and her fellowship could do it.
I'm sure you're so happy of stealing my thunder. You know what? It doesn't matter. There will be more opportunities to save the day. And so the oddball trio sets out on the Queen's quest to slay the dragon. A reckless young man who fancies himself a hero, yet cares only for the reward. His traveling companion, a quiet monster. And a proud witch, or hatred for the dragon, all-consuming. Each hunt the dragon for a different reason, but unite to travel the realm. You know, like any fantasy game. hampered every step of the way by those horrid Ivory Order disciples. Because there's not a single good character yet in this game. The bewildering wood. There, the would-be heroes meet a strange girl. Wow. She had a very smug look on her face. I do not have a good feeling about her. Actually, didn't I already meet her? Didn't I already meet her in like a... Like she was like in a neutral stance, but... Or maybe I don't know too much. It's possible to customize the appearance of certain game elements such as your avatar, dice, and card design by selecting customize from the title screen's options menu. Too bad there is nothing I unlocked yet. Further customization options can be unlocked by completing certain conditions within the game or by purchasing add-on content. Pay us with money. Build a collection of customization options to create a game appearance that suits your taste. There aren't many customization options right now, so no thanks. Achievement unlocked, Journey in Pursuit. So I guess that was a kind of a little episode kind of condition. I don't know. But it doesn't matter to me because we're just moving on right now in this episode. I don't need to navigate. I already been through here. The people are gone though. Yeah, okay. It was a different looking girl. I was thinking of this person. But no, I was wrong. But yeah, we don't need to worry about that anymore. We can just go all the way here.
You hold the woodland flute you received from the good doctor in Thriston.
Play the woodland flute. Play it.
You blow a handful of pleasant enough notes into the woodland flute.
Do do doodly do doodly do doodly do 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 do.
You soon become aware of accompanying percussion, which reveals itself to be a series of impeccably timed footfalls racing toward you. A young woman appears before you. That was absolutely dreadful, she whinges, her jaunty gait betraying her enjoyment.
Well, excuse me for not being good with a flute.
She calls herself Riddis and declares herself a woodlander, resident of the bewildering wood.
Of course.
By coincidence, the flute on which you played those notes was one designed to call the woodland people to your side.
All the wooden.
Stunned by your good fortune, you ask Riddis to lead you eastward out of the forest.
I'm sorry, but her design is putting me off. Can she... Does she have to wear something like that? Can you... I'm sorry, can you make that even more scantily clad?
What luck. She agrees far more readily than you ever anticipated. But, she continues, extending her hand, you'll have to hand over the woodland flute first.
Do it, or else I'll just aim my bow right at your head. Make her buy it?
That'll cost you 1,000 gold pieces, you say smugly.
Hey, you look smugly, I smug you back.
You never miss a chance to earn some coin, do you?
You know what? I can be just as douchey as you want me to, narrator.
Ugh, it's always about money with you travelers, she snorts derisively. Her face contorts in disgust. She reaches into her cloak.
You see Miss Grumps look at me. Oh, sure. I hope that's 1,000 gold worth of fruit.
Hey, what about my money? You stammer. Before you can finish your thought, Mars' tongue whips across your hand, snatching the fruit and sliding it into his gullet.
I like the sound he made.
Gasps. How could you let him do that? Just one of those fruits sells for 10,000 gold pieces, she shouts.
Oh my god, Mar, how could you?
So you can pay me back for the fruit your little friend stole, or you can hand over that flute, she says, pressing her case. I think you've lost this one, Melanie says, snickering.
10,000 gold pieces. Way to go, fucking way to go, Mar. Mar isn't a douche, but come on, man. That sucked.
Down at Mar, who seems quite pleased with himself. I suppose I have, you sigh in resignation. You begrudgingly hand the woodland flute to Riddis. Riddis plucks the woodland flute out of your hands with glee and begins playing it as she skips away.
Oh!
Well, playing is a generous term. It sounds as though she may as well be murdering the poor thing.
I had to think back of the times I play on my little recorder, and I would always try to, like, no matter how hard I try to play well, that's the exact kind of sounds I'll always make, and it's so hard to play the recorder for some reason, even though all you have to do is blow air into it.
Riddis makes it clear that the fastest way out of the woods is through woodland, where she lives. It's that-a-way, Riddis says gleefully, pointing past the stela before you.
So long as you stay out of my sight. I don't like you very much. Impossibly, a path to woodland has been behind the stela this whole time. You don't say! Who knew that the bewildering woods would be so bewildering? Gasp! Shock and awe!
Welcome to Woodland, Riddis says, gesturing out over the village. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm quite busy for the rest of the day, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow to leave the forest, she says, and makes her way home.
And we never see her again. I will never have to listen to her voice that the narrator makes for her, which is the same monotone voice.
Welcome to the forest oasis, the man greets you warmly.
Yes, warmly, and not in a monotone voice.
You happen upon a man greedily guzzling well water. Could it truly be that much better than ordinary water?
Oh, mature! I got his flip side story. Hooray! I will. You know, I get these flip side stories. I'm never gonna read them. Like, if you want lore, then go ahead and read them. But
this shortcut is reserved for use
I don't need
by
that.
Woodland citizens only. The guard barks, clearly unwilling to let you pass.
Yeah, sure, you're a guard, not some ordinary man who obviously doesn't live here.
Apparently, she's heard rumors of the dragon destroying another town somewhere. Our village would burn down so easily, she mutters, perhaps a bit more afraid of the symptom than the cause. You learn that Riddis's family is mired in debt and living hand to mouth. And I know how they got in so much trouble, the rumor mongerer says deliciously.
Oh yes, please do tell. Give me the delicious rumors.
We are not in the business of meddling in the personal affairs of others, Melanie says curtly, cutting her off.
Don't be so hasty, Melanie. I wish to know. I guess not. Melanie... I guess it's Melanie's story now. It's not my story. Who gives a fuck about what I want? Alright, let's see. So I have to wait till tomorrow, so that probably means I have to go to the inn. I used up all of my gold, so I doubt I'll be able to purchase any equipment. But I'm going to take a quick look at what it has. And ooh, that is an upgrade. Okay, so that's another upgrade. That's 2 items, 3 items. So there's 3 items I need to get. Dryad's Garb seems to be... Oh, it's not as strong as her current robe, which is this. But she'll gain +1 speed. Not too bad. I don't think it's super important right now to get that +1 speed. Her speed is just as much as his. So yeah, maybe hold off on that because now she's dependent on gems. So I could probably do my turn, generate extra gems for her. I think that's the plan I'll go with. However, I can get the Ravager for Mar. It looks like that's going to be a big upgrade for it. For the little guy. There you go. Mar is all set. 19 attack power, so he's our big brute. A big brute little boy, yes you are. You're just a big brute, yes you are. I'm very, very, very poor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the inn.
Been a while since we've had any outsiders, the innkeeper says, beckoning the party inside. It turns out this inn is simply a place where the poor, lost souls trapped in the bewildering wood may recover. You may stay as long as you like, free of charge.
Man, I'm getting lucky with these inn stays. No gold costs so far. I guess that's for the best.
The dining table practically groans under the weight of the platters upon it, all brimming with meats and vegetables from the bewildering wood. I've certainly earned this, you say to yourself, as you slide into your seat at the table, positively drooling over the feast before you.
I have a very bad feeling. I have a feeling that this isn't going to be free.
Melanie takes no note of your boorish behavior, uttering a small prayer of thanksgiving before reaching for a plate of vegetables. Mar sits, eyes fixed on the food upon the table, statuesque in his stillness. What a good boy.
Oh, if only Charlotte is like that. My little puppy Charlotte. No, she's not like that at all. She sees food, she goes like that, pretty much.
Mar clears the entire table in a matter of seconds, even emptying the water barrel in a single go.
Oh, Mar, how could you? Okay, never mind. It's exactly like Charlotte.
He lets out a self-satisfied burp that sends a small jet of just drank water arcing out onto the floor.
Gross. Okay, Melanie's got the right idea.
The sun sinks low, and the day draws to a close.
And we all starve. That's the end of the game. That's the end of the story.
A scream pierces the silence. Fire! You leap out of bed, adrenaline coursing through your veins.
That's a very great dramatic voice you just did. Fire!
The others follow suit. Before long,
sorry.
You've burst through the front door and into the street. Riddis's house is ablaze, a nearby villager screams.
And nobody else is just Riddis's house. Oh my god. Well, okay, that kind of sucks. She's in debt and water. Get the water. Save the house.
Douse the flames with water, shouts the man. Water from the well.
Thanks. I didn't know the water came from the fucking well. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm not allowed. All right. Where's that? Oh my god. Yeah, that is on fire. Okay.
My mother is still inside, Riddis shrieks, darting past you to fetch water from the well south of the village.
No, I'm going in. I'm gonna save the mom. Yeah, do it. Come on, man. Let me do one heroic thing, one cool thing in this game. Yeah, whatever.
Ridis is gathering water in an attempt to fight the blaze all on her own.
That's... Oh, that I actually noticed that. No one's... He's better no one to help her. Who would be good in this? Who would be good in this? Like, Melanie has her ice magic. She might be able to help. Though, I'm guessing it's not going to be like that. It's going to be... like, you have to use the water from the well. Let's see. If that's the case... Maybe Melanie's... might help.
Tosses a nearby bucket into the well and hauls it up by the rope.
I don't trust myself, because the last time I tried to use myself to do any physical labor, I tried to pick up a woman and my character just fell on his butt.
But she hasn't the strength to raise a full bucket out of the well.
But she can pick up an old lady just fine.
Releases the rope and examines her raw, reddened hands. None can say she did not try.
Alright, then the correct answer was Mar. It was Mar.
Mar's eyes light up. He scrambles over the edge of the well and sucks the well dry in an instant.
Right! He could spit out water! That was what the last scene he did.
He pokes at his swollen belly and gestures toward Ridis's house, as if to say, "Get me back there, quick."
He's such a good boy, yes he is. He's such a good boy.
Quickly, put it out. You have to put it out, Ridis screams at Mar.
Right.
Mar douses the house with the water he sucked up from the well.
Like a freaking fire hose. Oh, nice effect.
To mere embers, and all is well. Or so you think. Something darts out from behind the house and attacks.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, is that a wolf? No, that's a freaking fire dog. Happenstance cards. I didn't even see that. Add 2 to fire damage dealt by all allies and enemies. Oh, because it's fire. Okay. Happenstances can sometimes occur during battle. You can see their effect with the Y button. Okay. Oh, this isn't going to help us. All right. Oh no, that's a pretty tough one. Fortunately, she has ice, and she rolled a 6. Is it even? Oh, yeah, it works. Cards afflicted with freeze cannot move until they are attacked and take double the damage. If I do anything now, then this guy will have his turn, but I guess it doesn't matter. We can just go ahead and... Yeah! Oh my god, 20 damage. Ow! Well, that's not gonna help. Alright, he's gonna be our healer for now. I completely forgot about Mars' new attack skill. I forgot to put it on. Doesn't matter though. I can just continue piling on the damage. Oh, he's only gonna get stronger. I just realized that. That hurt. Alright, then I guess we're just gonna have to focus on killing him now, or else it's gonna cause problems. Damn, I'm rolling well on this. Doesn't matter though, because it's dead. Achievement unlocked, battle tactics. I guess that's like for using freeze and then using someone else's strong attack to deal additional damage. That's nice. But I need to add that. I need to add the that attack skill for Mar.
You return to putting out the last of the blaze with Mar's help. Ridis's mother, now safe, tells you the creature came out of nowhere and set the house aflame.
First of all, is your back okay? It looks like you can't even hold your weight.
What would bring a creature of fire to a place like this, you wonder?
It's like you could snap her like a twig. It looked like that, right? She was like bending backwards with her back there. Did not look right. Did not look right at all.
Light breaks on a new day, and the commotion of the fire feels but a nightmare. You lead your party to Ridis's house to ask for safe passage out of the bewildering wood.
I guess now I can just do the story. Oh, is this another map? Oh, it is. Not much, though.
Spared from complete collapse, Ridis's home has been thoroughly scorched.
Yeah, look at this. Look at your wall. It's all covered in. It's all stone now. Doesn't look cool at all. All right, let's just talk to her.
Ridis sits alone in one of its rooms, the air thick with the smell of char. There shouldn't be any fire creatures for miles, she grumbles.
And yet it attacked her home and her home only.
She says the monster appeared while she was playing the woodland flute last night.
Then it was her fault. Sucks to be you.
As to
You smug bastard.
Monsters, let alone fire monsters, appeared, well, despite the circumstances, you ask Ridis to lead you out of the bewildering wood as promised. I did promise that, didn't I? She says wearily, rising from her seat. The poor girl is clearly still in shock. Why do you want to venture out beyond the bewildering wood anyway? She inquires, as she gathers this and that in preparation to leave.
Don't talk about the dragon. Don't talk about the dragon. Don't talk about the dragon. I don't want her anywhere near my party. It's none of your business.
It doesn't concern you, you curtly reply.
Yeah, go fuck off.
Ah, so you're off to find the dragon then, she says, looking satisfied. How did she know?
I don't know, narrator. How did she know?
A group of Ivory Order people came through here just the other day, she explains. You connect the dots with malice. Those three, you seethe. At last, Ridis is ready to depart for the edge of the bewildering wood.
And let me guess. She wants to come with us. I'm not happy about this predicament. Maximum of 3 characters can participate in battle. Select party and form your party. Set up your party? No, I do not wish to set up my party. She can go screw herself. In any case, I need to remember to put on Mar's new skill. Replace Body Slam with Rolling Claw. Sorry. Excuse me. Something was in my stomach. All right. I guess this is her mom. Yep.
Ridis's mother tells you she was once deceived by a crooked merchant and plunged into debt. Ridis has been working to repay the debt ever since her mother took ill. You lightly press your thumb and forefinger to the corner of each eye, a mixture of sadness and anger swirling within you. Ridis's mother is in no small amount of pain.
Oh. And give her something to ease her suffering. I did pick up an extra quality salve, so it doesn't hurt to help her out.
The item you've proffered has no effect, but I appreciate the thought, all the same, she says Ridis's mother
Sorry.
hands you mysterious card 3 as a token of her gratitude.
I kind of skipped the dialogue a bit, but you all read it. You all saw it. You don't need a monotone voice to tell you what the cards say. You don't need someone to narrate every single line, every single word in a very bored voice. Don't you? But hey, I got Mysterious Card 3. How great. Mysterious Card free. I'm free! Well, I mean, I knew exactly what I needed, so great. Fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Ridis's mother flipside story. Again, I don't care about the lore right now in this game. It seems fairly, simple so far. I mean, if you want to read the flipside stories, you can on your own if you do get this game. But we're gonna move out here. We're gonna move out into the world. Screw you, guard.
Takes you to the east side of the bewildering wood, but you'd be hard-pressed to find your way without a woodlander's help, the guard warns. Upon seeing that Ridis is with you, he steps aside and lets you through.
Awesome. Thank you. I already passed you, but it's fine. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot before we move on. I now have enough money to get armor for myself. And of course, she can get armor too. Yeah. She's fine. She already has a bow. You know what? I don't want to be too mean to her. I only know like one thing about her, and that's her smug face and stupid clothes. So you know what? I'm gonna be the nice guy on this one. Which is a first in this game. I will go ahead and let her be in the party. I'll see how she is. I don't want to replace Mark because Mark's such a good boy. And we're just going to move on. We're going to move on out to the bewildering wood shortcuts.
The eastern portion of the woods certainly does not want for thick, soupy fog.
Soup. All right. And it looks like we got more bewildering wood to explore. Next time. How do you like that for a segue? Yes. So the next video, I'm going to go ahead and go through the next part of the bewildering woods, and I'm going to try out our new woodlander friend, Ridis. So if you're looking forward to seeing more of that, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, if you stop by, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.